Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. It is indeed a brand new day, and I have not gone outside today. I post a lot more on my community tab than I ever have. I'm posting daily, sometimes several times a day, with just regular text posts and sometimes pictures and links to things. So if you're interested in that, if you're on PC, you have to go to the community tab. Sorry about that, but yeah, I'm posting lots of stuff there, so thumbs up. And I just wanted to say, it has suddenly gotten loud outside. We've got people that, live here that are talking out there and then beeping horns from outside. Hopefully y'all can't hear it. But the big news, the thing I talked about on my community tab, oh my God. Last night, I went out walking. First part of the day, I did this with my sister too when I was talking to her. I only went out walking one time yesterday because of the weather. I believe because of my ADHD, I honestly can't remember. I just know there was a day that I did not go out. And then there was a day I did. But I think the day that I did was also the day that I had the story happen on. But on the day that the story happened on, I'm also pretty sure I didn't. So, gotta love ADHD. Anyway, for the past couple days, walking semi-normally, I've been almost able to do it. My body has been trying to limp because there's good reasons to limp. It hurts. But I'm trying not to because limping throws off my gait, so my back hurts, my hip joints hurt, everything hurts more because I'm walking wrong. So I try to limp, which of course not to limp, which makes that hurt more. But I've been able to stretch it out, and it's been feeling almost like it's getting better. And then last night, on my way home from Walmart, because I needed food. I hadn't had any food in the house all day, and so I needed food for the day and for tomorrow, which is today. So I walked to Walmart, and on my way back, I kicked a rock. It was a big rock that would not move. So I moved. I started to trip. Not in a way that I was going to fall down, but I had to move my leg to catch myself. And when that foot came down on the ground, it came down and hit in such a way and velocity that the white hot shock of pain just took my breath away. It was, there was nothing. And the white hot shock of pain that took my breath away. God, I hate having ADHD. But also on top of that, the shock of pain, I could feel myself growing deathly pale. It was the kind of pain that you don't want to experience even once, let alone ever again after that time. It was the whole world became that. Problem is, when I got home, it didn't get better. I do not know what I did. With every beat of my heart last night, the pain on the bottom of my foot and the back of my heel pulsed with my heart. Oh my God. And it wasn't just localized there. That was where the sharp pain, like people were hammering nails into my foot, were happening. But it hurt up to my knee. And my entire right leg ached. It's a little better today. A little. When I was getting ready for the day, just a light touch on the bottom of my foot, the sole of my foot. If your heel is here, it's right there in the center. Just touching that. It feels like someone smacked me with a hammer. Hard. Right there. I'm wearing work boots. I tripped over something and then landed with my foot on like moderately level ground. I don't know what would have bruised my foot. And the back of my heel. Oh my God, still and worse. I can barely walk, even here in my tiny little apartment. Because I can't walk on the front of my foot. That's where my toes are. And putting pressure on my toes, that pulls the muscle that stretches all across the back of my heel where my bone spurs are. I can't do that. But now I can't walk on the back of my foot where my heel is because, oh, that ain't good. So I'm limping around in here. I'm going to have to talk to somebody tomorrow, somewhere, about this, because that ain't right. And I don't know if physical therapy will do it anymore. And when I had the appointment with a podiatrist, it was a Zoom call. She was like 100 and some odd more miles away, had none of the information because it should have been in community, but they didn't do the paperwork for her. So it went to her instead of someone in the community. That where it would have been good if I could have told her about this, but I didn't know this was going to happen. So now I got to go in there tomorrow, and I'm seriously thinking I got to get an operation to get this fixed. Get the bone spurs shaved off. Basically, they chip the stuff out, not with chisels and hammers. They have tools and devices, but still, they got to cut my foot open to the bone. And then they've got to break off those pieces of bone and then stitch it all back up. Bone takes a long time to heal. I've bruised a bone and had it hurt for months. What's it going to be like to recover from that? Which, thinking more on that, when I eventually get surgery for my nerve compression, that's a lot of space they're going to have to chunk out around my nerves here. Oh boy, that's going to feel good for a very long time, ain't it? Still though, I am alive. Though I can barely walk and the pain is awful. So, as stated, got to call my doctor tomorrow, see if I can get a moderately soon appointment with somebody. I'm going to call the clinic. There's a walk-in if I need to. There's always the emergency room if it gets worse, but I don't know what they could do there. I'm not dying. I don't need to be stabilized. They'd say, okay, your foot hurts. Call your doctor tomorrow. They ain't going to give me anything for pain. But with the opioid crisis here in the United States, and I don't want opiates. It was hard enough getting off methadone. I don't want to risk anything else ever again. That's not going to help with this kind of thing. So what would they be able to prescribe me? Gabapentin. I take gabapentin. Life is life. So that's what's happening there. It's taken like almost 9 minutes to talk about it, but it's a major thing that has affected me and is big on my head. So, well, big on my brain, not resting on my head like anything, but so I feel the need to talk about these things because I vlog. Thank you for watching and listening. If you have watched and listened this far, you are beautiful and awesome for doing so, and I appreciate that to no end. I am a 61-year-old nobody, and it is appreciated. I do want to get back to reactions. I do want to do some other things. I would love to get back to doing game videos. I mean, nobody really watches them except for a couple people, but that's fine. They're expressions and nobody has to watch them. There's one fellow I watch that is a licensed therapist, does really good videos on helping men deconstruct from toxic masculinity and how to get better and not be a red-pilled person who looks upon women as not people but objects. He gets maybe 200 views on most of his videos, even going back months. So yeah, Thank you very much. It is appreciated. Now, one of the things that's happening back here is I have this table out with some stuff on it because I'm trying to play something and figure it out. Of course, in the rule book, which I don't have here, it's back there behind me, this game is for like 10 years and up. So, of course, I have difficulties and problems with it. But it is a roll and write game. And I'll show you what these are. I got a lot of these kind of you're traveling around in a maze type games. I used to make a lot of mazes when I was a kid. I'm really good at visualizing and figuring out mazes. I like mazes. This is the kind of thing where you can have up to 5 players. Each one of them gets their own sheet. And then you roll dice and you have a little pencil that you can mark things off. And you're traveling around on these maps. Now, as stated, like I say, I have questions. Because it says, oh, you have to use you roll dice to move. And you start in the green areas. And then you're supposed to cross off your combinations. But they have to touch each other. They don't say anything about what happens if you have no number combination that you can use. They sort of allude to that with you have to do X number of something or you lose life points. So if you don't use the combination, you lose life points. But they don't directly say if you don't use it to do this, because you can also fight and visit things and do other stuff. It's not all just one thing like that. And my neurodivergence, I need things spelled out. This is why I had the breakdown when my high masking fell off and with my caseworkers and stuff. I need things presented in a certain way, and if they're not, I will have questions. So I have some questions. Like they also talk about, there are spaces that show, let's see if I can find one. I bonked the thingy. Sorry about that. There's a double dice combo. They never talk about a single double dice combo like here. They talk about a double dice combo that I don't think they have one on this side. There is a double dice combo that has a fist on it for one of these pages. But they don't tell you what to do with that doesn't have a fist on it. And a lot of them don't have fists on them. So do you still have to have a double to go there and you just don't do the fist stuff? Because the fist stuff is actually kind of important. It can get you gems and the like. So it's like, I hate not having it spelled out in such a way that I don't understand it. And this is bothering me because I don't understand it because they're not answering my direct questions that I have. Unfortunately, they didn't write it for someone of my neurodivergence. They wrote it for people who largely are not neurodivergent. Or neurodiverse, as I prefer to say. Some people use neurospicy, but some people in the community see that as an insult, and some don't. So if there's any sort of problems with a word, I'm just going to walk away with it because I don't want to walk face first into a buzzsaw. So thumbs up on that. But I'm trying to play that because the idea is you're supposed to fight all the monsters. You're supposed to fight the big boss monster. You can find treasure chests. And you've got all these different things so that you get an X number of points at the end. If you're playing against other people, you compare the points to see how you did against the others, and the person with the most points wins. If you're playing solo, well, they have a list. Well, the book's back over there where I can't grab it easily. They just have a chart where you just compare what your point total, thank you, your point total is against their chart. Like, if you only have 0 to 9 points, they just say, maybe you'll do better next time. It's 10 points and up. They go, oh, you're starting to get there. Now, the thing is, of course, there's only 50 sheets of each map type because they're double-sided, and when you run out, then you've run out. So if you really want to keep playing this type of thing forever and ever, instead of just, for the 50 pages, like if you wanted to run through just this tiny maze 50 pages, then and you wanted to do it 51 times, well, hopefully you've either photocopied it or you buy another box set. I don't know if they sell replacement pads. So, yeah. Still though, I mean, it's a good thing. Past that though, I really haven't done much aside from just play games and think about my solo RPG setting where, gosh, I wish I could write it out, or, I mean, I'd still love to talk out my entire setting, but once again, I'd have to sit down and talk about how the multiverse began with the cosmology, and then talk about what each multiverse and how they came about, and what each of the multiverses are, and then the introduction of the cosmic horrors and who and how they are, and what happened with our multiverse and why there is the foundations of, and who did this, the foundations of an infinitely large city planted in our multiverse. And within that, there is a universe wherein, in this iteration, it is what we have now. And then the people that live alongside us, the cryptids, because every cryptid that's in our world right now is in the cryptid world there, plus anything else that you can imagine. They're cryptids after all. So there's the cryptid part of this whole setting, but then there's also the people that can travel from the universe that we are in, the outside, through the razor's edge, where people live, into the other universe, the inside. And on the razor's edge, of course, that's a mighty dangerous little place where, unbeknownst to all the people on the inside and all the people on the outside, there is basically a god 1,500 miles from the city of Brookerton in South Carolina. If you have the ability to pass through gates and use glamours, there is the kaiju there, being that is over 1 trillion years old, survived the destruction of its previous universe, and is filled with nothing but hate. A dark and malevolent, fallen and chained god of death and destruction. And is 1,500 kilometers away in Brookerton, from Brookerton, South Carolina, on the razor's edge. Thumbs up. But that's a lot of stuff. The kaiju alone is at least an hour's worth of talk just to talk about everything about the kaiju. So will I ever be able to write all this stuff and do anything with it? Or is it just all stuff that really fascinates me and I love sharing because of that? Well, at least I'm talking it out on video. Thumbs up for that. That's a good thing. Anyway, I could yammer on about nothing for the rest of my life, because once I get to talking, I can talk. Once I get comfortable with you as a person, I will talk your ear off as I info dump. So thumbs up. Anyway, if you're a Patreon patron, thumbs up, thank you. Your patronage is appreciated to no end. You take me from a hurt monkey down here to a hurt monkey up here. And let me tell you, that is a big improvement. Thank you so very, very much. When you look in the mirror, you're looking at someone who is beautiful and awesome. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. For everybody that leaves me a comment, thumbs up and thank you. That is appreciated as well. I try to thumbs up or heart every comment, answer as many as I can, but with my nerve compression, I cannot answer as many as I would like. If you could check out my well, yeah, it is a GoFundMe, isn't it? If you could check out my GoFundMe, I'm trying to save up enough money through donations, thank you so very, very much, to get a computer that will play games and record and edit video. Because the laptop I have right now, given to me by a very kind and compassionate viewer, it goes online and it keeps me connected. It plays videos and it plays some games, but it will not edit video. So if you could help me out by checking out that link, that'd be awesome. I've gotten $243, which is very, very nice. Thumbs up and thank you. I am going to edit, render, and upload this video. I am going to continue trying to play games. I'm not going to be able to do much else aside from just sit here and worry about my heart because of the lack of activity I'm forced to do with my leg and all. So hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done. If you cannot, please do not beat yourself up. The only thing that accomplishes is hurting you. It does not help you get the thing done that you want to get done. It just hurts you. Please do not. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. I swung my arm around like I just don't care. Oh, I care though. Luckily, that sort of quick thing, as long as I don't whip it or snap it, it's not that bad. It was stupid, but it's not that bad. Better than typing, unfortunately. Anyway, though, you take care. I will talk to you later. You are beautiful. You are awesome. Thank you so much.